Hi everyone, let's go over my bullish and bearish Elliott Wave scenarios on Bitcoin, starting with the first bullish scenario on the weekly time frame, where we're looking for a double 1-2, a finished wave 3, a sideways range in the wave 4, and continuation to the upside. Common target for your wave 4 is in the green box over here, taken from the low to the high with the Fibonacci tool, and the 0.618 is an invalidation sitting at 49.3k. After wave 4, we want to see impulsive continuation to finish the yellow 3, then a sideways range structure in yellow 4, and finally a push up in yellow 5. However, because wave 1 and wave 3 are quite similar in length, it does open the possibility for a triple 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, and then a big wave 3 towards the upside. In this scenario, which is even more bullish, you would expect much higher targets, and if price is going to take this high, you want to see a volume increase towards the upside. So you want this move to continue, as a wave 3 most commonly has the highest amount of volume in a big impulse. Alternatively, we might get an extended wave 5 because wave 1 and 3 are quite similar in length, which increases probabilities as well for an extended fifth. But an extended fifth pretty much looks like a wave 3 in this scenario. So you would expect a big move to the upside, but we have to keep an eye on volume, because if we take this high on the weekly time frame, but volume is dropping, we have to think about the wave 5, normal wave 5 structure, and then go back in the range soon after. The bearish scenario is a flat here, corrective structure in A, ABC zigzag in B, and a 5-wave move down in a wave C. Doesn't have the highest probabilities, currently ranging at the regular flat target, the 1 to the 105, taken from the high to the low of A, which is a uncommon flat pattern. Most common flat pattern is the wave B target here, which is part of an expanding flat, A, B, C, and you can see that this target is between 98k and 122k, after which we expect a wave C down, which is a 5-wave impulsive structure, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But that means that locally we want to see signs for an impulse, and at the moment from the high down, probabilities are higher. This is a 3-wave structure, and we also hit the 886 locally, and the 886 is very rare for a wave 2 over here, taken from the high to the low, and it is common for a wave B or a wave X. Therefore, it reduces the probabilities we are in an impulse to the downside, and therefore it reduces probabilities for the ABC flat structure on the macro. Now, in this range, we have two flats that we keep an eye on. We have the most common flat, an expanding flat in green, and we have the orange flat, that's a regular flat. So the expanding flat is A, B, C, and the orange flat B already in, and you look for a move towards the downside. The invalidation for an expanding flat is price moving below this low, and as you can see, that is not yet the case. In this expanding flat, we are looking for a wave B over here between the 1.236 and the 1.38, taken from the high to the low, after which we want to see a wave C to the downside to take the low of this wave A. In this scenario, we are then looking in this wave B for a 3-wave structure in a WXY ABC, that is your W, 3-wave corrective structure in X, and then another ABC for your wave Y. In this scenario, therefore, the invalidation is this low, and as long as price is not taking this low, the probabilities are there for a move towards the upside to take the high and reach the expanding flat target, as an expanding flat is more common from an Elliott Wave perspective. If the high of B is in here after a 535 ABC structure, in this case, reaching the target area for a regular flat, we want to see continuation to the downside, as then we're looking for a wave 1, 2, and then we want to see a big 3, 4, and a wave 5. This is your common target area for your wave C, taken from the high to the low to the high over here, and this is where you prefer to see support. However, that does mean, as mentioned, we want to see continuation to the downside. If the weekend is going to be a sideways ranging structure, it's going to be quite a big range that is going to form over here, which does start to lower probabilities for that particular scenario, the regular flat. Now, the bullish scenario then locally for the expanding flat structure is the ABC, where here we're looking for a finished A, finished B, and then a finished C to the downside, where the 886 is touched. That is rare for 2 but common for a wave B, and then we want to see price moving towards the upside and hitting the 0.618. Now, I know that on my chart price hit the 0.618, but it's the only chart I saw where price hits the 618. On Bybit, Binance, Bitstamp, the 618 has not been touched, so feels a little bit like a scam wick type of move. So I can't really use this yet in my analysis, but the 0.618 is important, taken from the high to the low, as it invalidates a wave of 4 that is forming. So if we move towards the upside here and hit the 0.618, that then means that this move could be finished, and therefore we could have a finished ABC with price moving towards the upside, as hitting the 618 does increase the probabilities to move towards the double top. But let's first see and wait what the weekend range is going to give us. This low at least is made after the 0.382. That is what you prefer to see in a wave B, as the fib time is taken from the low to the high over here. Double click at A, comparing A with B, and preferably corrective structures are finishing after the 382, which is the case, as you can see. Now, from a ranging perspective, we now have important resistance above us. So if we move to the 618 and can actually hold here, then we are also above the white box on my chart. Important SR level 68.2, 68.6, and we have the point of control acting as resistance now as well. So this is an important range. Value area low 64.8k, pretty much at the highs, right? There's not much space left down here. Point of control 67.8, value area high 72.1k. And if we then look at the CVD divergences, we had some bullish CVD divergences here locally. Target was this high, which has been taken, and now we continue to wait what the range is going to give us. So if we then look at the probabilities of the different scenarios, then for the expanding flat scenario, where we're looking for an A, W, X, Y in B, and then a wave is C, to increase in probability, again, we first need to see some good local proof of support, hit that 618, but then on all the charts would also help, right? But it all starts with a range, and with more information we can be more clear about what direction price is going to take from a probabilities perspective. The weekend is now here, which tends to be a ranging structure, and price did not take the 64k low before the weekend hit, which does lower the probabilities a bit for a much bigger wave C towards the downside, and it does put some probabilities in the expanding flat basket as well for the highs. But again, I would like to see some more local confirmation. The 0.618 is hit on my chart, but not on others. So I cannot really use it, and therefore I prefer to remain patient and just wait for this range to tell me more. So I hope that this video was helpful or valuable to you. Please check out the most recent educational video I've made about the best trading indicator you can use in my opinion, which is the CVD. And for now, thanks for watching and subscribing, and I'd like to see you at the next one. Bye bye.